It is a new era for Mexican-American artist Omar Apollo. The 26-year-old is reaching new heights in his career, and now he's showing fans a reflection of his life on his upcoming sophomore album. He sits down with our Gio Benitez in tonight's Prime Playlist.
Omar Apollo, one of the few artists who can draw a last-minute crowd in the Lower East Side of New York to belt lyrics from his lead single, Spite. But the Mexican-American artist is no stranger to success. Apollo was nominated in the Grammys' Best New Artist category back in 2023.
Omar Apollo.
We up, me.
A feat fresh off his critically acclaimed debut album, Ivory. The project embedded with hits like Tamagotchi, Invincible,
64 hours since my baby spoke to me. He kissed me, now I love his dopamine.
and the single that catapulted his career with over 300 million streams on Spotify, Evergreen.
I didn't really think that song was gonna go like that. I mean, obviously that's like the saddest part of the song, but also like a very healing part. And it's cool because on the album, that was just the song that we spent the most time on. So it was just nice to know that, like, you know, that level of work sees that level of success.
Now the singer-songwriter is ready to share with fans a new era with his upcoming sophomore album called God Said No. Let's talk about the album title. What did you mean?
It's kind of my take on like, it is what it is, lo que será, será kind of thing. It's not really biblical, but if you can, like, if you want to go there, you could. So it's up for interpretation, but like basically like there's like a higher power that kind of already kind of destined.
Yeah, I mean, there's some moments in the album where it's almost meditative.
Yeah, that's what I wanted. I'm a very like need to sit in your sadness kind of guy, and music kind of helps that. Like things come to the surface and facing it and dealing with it and stuff like that.
In the middle of the night, I was by your side, you would hold me tight, only you and I know.
Omar calling the album his best one yet, with unexpected yet special surprises. One of the things we were all surprised to hear when we were listening to the album, Pedro Pascal.
Well, me and Pedro have been friends for like a while now. There was a song that he really loved, the song Glow, which is the last song on the album. And I was like, oh, it'd be really cool to hear you speak before that song plays, because the song is about grief and heartbreak. I thought it'd be a really good idea for him to speak on like a grief in his life or a story in his life. So yeah, he sent me like a voice memo. I asked him to, and then chopped it up, and that's how it turned out.
And Pascal isn't the only voice appearing on the track. Omar's parents unknowingly making their album debut. Have they heard it?
No, I haven't played it for them. I don't even think she knew I was recording, but we were basically out in Versailles, like a little bit outside of Paris, outside of Marie Antoinette's castle, because I showed them the movie Marie Antoinette. They're like, oh, we want to go, like, can you take us? And then so I took them, probably like one of the most memorable times with my parents, for sure. They're getting older, so it's nice to be around and then hear them speak, because when you get older, when they see you're an individual and have your own thoughts and ideas, it becomes like a different relationship. They're not like a superhero anymore, they're like humans. One
of the things that I think is interesting as a son of, Cuban immigrants, I think back to my abuelos and abuelas and everything that they put into coming to this country. So I imagine that for you, it's probably very similar with being, first generation here in this country too.
Yeah, I think that my parents coming from Guadalajara and starting a life in Indiana, like a very conservative Midwest state, was like their big kind of, step in their life that changed everything for them. And I think that allowed me to think outside of survival. Although like we didn't have money growing up, we didn't have much. It was very kind of paycheck to paycheck in debt. So I understood, the paranoia around one of your kids not being successful.
Omar defying all odds, ready to celebrate this new chapter with his fans, hosting a listening party ahead of his album release.
For them to pivot and be like, I'm going to be there, what's that feel like for you?
Honestly, it does a lot for my ego, but I try not to let it get to me. But I just love knowing that, like, you know, I want to be here, they want to come see, and they want to, you know, I'm going to play new music off of the album. Some of the more exciting tracks, because I feel like, you know, I have a lot of sad music, but there's a lot of dancey music on this next one, so I'm excited.
Some in the crowd have been following his career since the beginning.
Omar Apollo has impacted my life, I would say, particularly when I'm Puerto Rican, so like I kind of got into, like I wasn't really attached to my culture and heritage. I just like never got to see that much of like queer representation in Latino spaces when I was growing up.
There's no beating him. I mean, it's incredible to watch him, and his projection in the last couple of years has just been astounding to see.
If Omar Apollo wasn't as authentic as he is in being who he is and showing the world who he is, would you be where you are right now?
You know what, I had this conversation the other day, just like about how the public can read authenticity more than they ever have. Like, you know, things are, you know, they see through everything, like, oh, we know you're promoting it, oh, we know you're doing a sponsor, oh, we know you're doing this, get your money, twin, like, stuff like that. So it's like, I understand how important authenticity is. I don't want to change who I am or change my personality or change my look. That doesn't feel authentic to me. But there's many examples and where you have to kind of set boundaries, especially in the music industry. It could be kind of hard to navigate, but I feel like somebody's guiding me. I don't know. Like, you know, it feels like there's somebody there.
Our thanks to Gio for that conversation.